might just be about to... You have to know who I was, what I am, and what one might... Such was my skill that it... She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse. Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. You see, no matter how Mistra, I sought to cross her boundaries. I tried to convince her. I pouted. We come now to the crux of my folly. Very once upon... I'll save his... The magic, even the... She restored. What if? I thought. What if, after all this time, I could... You know me. My gestures can never be grand enough. I was certain that this deep... I obtained... Here.
You feel the tadpole into the dark. You see inside there are no... Its teeth, its claws. It's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part.
Thankfully, the moment this Netherese blight, this... As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however, rather worse, actually, I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment. My chance upon a king's collect... All of this. It must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways. Once I'd step out of the protective aura of the artifact, it wouldn't be long before the Absolute overtakes me. I'd never let that happen, so I'd aim for a swift end. I would consume some midnight tears and venture as deep into the Underdark as I possibly could, till they cloud my eyes forever. With a bit of luck, I'd manage to make it to a mind flare colony, so that when the orb erupts, one loud, last song of vengeance would reverberate through the dark. Wouldn't be a heroic end, but coarsely poetic enough in its justice. That is, you truly are a soul that steals. I thank you all. I stand at... Now. What's on your mind? Carson and Miss as Carson. Too late did the goddess. It was the end as the child. An event that came to be known as Carsus's folly. For a spell, Mistral was now tried Gale's folly, one might call it. If it should ever come to that, I will find the remotest. I will await. I promise I will not betray your trust. If worst comes to worst, I will be lost.
Well met.
Speak.
To think, Gales had this devastating orb within himself the entire time, and only just mentioned it. Who'd keep a secret like that from his friends? You can't trust anyone these days.
Hey, soldier.
Sir Gale's been walking around this whole time with some sort of magic bomb in his chest. I'm not normally one to begrudge someone their secrets, but that's something I should know.
Fine. What's on your mind?
I suppose you want to hear about Cazador. I don't want to say a damned thing, but that won't do anyone any good. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate, the patriarch of his coven, and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor. He had me go out into Baldur's Gate to fetch him the most beautiful souls I could find. It was a fun little ritual of his. I'd bring them back, and he'd ask if I wanted to dine with him. And if I said yes, he'd serve me a dead, putrid rat. Of course, if I said no, he'd have me flayed. Hard to say which was worse. Thank you. But this isn't about sympathy. It's about knowing what we might be up against. The Mind Flayers aren't the only monsters out there. They're not even the only ones hunting us. All I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open and watch out for anything lurking in the shadows. What more could I ask? Now, is that all? Hello, my dear.
May the darkness protect you.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well met.
Speak.
Hey, soldier. You aren't asleep, are you? I'm buzzing, honestly. I couldn't wait to talk to you.
Isn't it mad?
How good life is. Yes. Soldier, you're saving me. Every time you speak my name, fight beside me, share what's yours, I'm reminded that I'm alive. Properly alive. And free. Oh, gods, I want to ride you till you see stars. Guess not. I just feel what I feel. No sense hiding it. I know. What I want and what I can have are two very different things. I'm just... combustible. 10 years is a long time without anyone's touch but my own. And when I look at you, I just feel... explosive. Around you. Tall order. But if you've got an idea, I'm all ears. Sleep on it, maybe. If you've thought of something by morning, I'd love to know. For now, it's enough just to know you care enough to try. Isn't it mad? How good life is. Oh, come on, don't give me that. We're here, we're alive, we're together. I never made peace with my life in Avernus. 10 years, and I never accepted that that was what my life would be. I held my own against the devils and imps, but they weren't my friends. How could they be? You don't go to the hell to live. You go to punish, and be punished. I'm free now. Incredible, isn't it? And I can have whatever I want. And right now, I want to ride you till you see stars. Sorry if I was a little forward. 10 years in Avernus, and I guess I've forgotten whatever manners I might have had. Don't hold it against me. Unless you want to. Isn't it mad? How good life is. Thank the gods. I was afraid I was the only one. 10 years is a long time to be trapped in the hells. 10 years without a kind word. A touch. When I look at you, I feel real again. Alive. Gods, I want to ride you till you see stars. Not true. I know you're a goblin destroyer, an adventurer, and most importantly, I know you like me. Honey, when I look at you, my brain turns to mush. Ugh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't tease you, or myself. I'd give anything to touch you, but I can't. Not until I can be sure I won't burn you. The best, worst decision. So what do we do now? Please. My life is an instant mood killer, and I'm enjoying this mood. Maybe even a little too much. I better head back to my bunk. You might not be able to touch me, but you give me a lot to think about. Isn't it mad? How good. Thank the gods. When I look at you, I feel real again. Alive. Gods, I want to ride you till you see stars. Ugh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't tease you, or myself. I'd give anything to touch you, but I'll turn you to charcoal. Guaranteed. We can try, but don't hurt those pretty lips of yours, all right? They feature heavily in my future plans. Shit! Are you all right? I told you, I'm an at-your-own-risk attraction. Make better decisions. So, what do we do now? I like the sound of that. My turn. And that's a promise. On that note, I better head back to my bunk. You might not be able to touch me, but you've given me a lot to think about. Isn't it mad? Thank the gods. When I look at you, I feel real again. Alive. Gods, I want to ride you. I know. What? I'm just... combustible. 10 years is a long time without anyone's touch but my own. I'll turn you to charcoal. Guaranteed. We can try, but don't hurt those pretty lips of yours, all right? They feature heavily in my future plans. Shit! Are you all right? You can't make me be the responsible one. I'll destroy us both. So, what do we do now? I haven't read a book since I was a kid. Not a lot of exciting fiction in Avernus. Tell you what, you find one you think I should read, and I'll check it out. On that note, I better head back to my bunk. You might not be... Isn't it mad? Thank the gods. When I look at you, I feel real again. Alive. Gods, I want to I'm just... I'll turn you to charcoal. Guarantee we can try, but don't hurt those pretty lips of yours, all right? They feature heavily in my future plans. Wait, no! Are you all right? You have no idea. If I weren't so worried about killing you, I'd be in a puddle on the floor. So, what do we do now? Please, I better head back to... Isn't it mad? Thank the gods. When I look at you, I feel real again. Alive. Guess not. I just feel what I feel. No sense hiding it. I know. I'm just... combustible. 10 years is a long time without anyone's touch. I'll turn you to charcoal. Guaranteed. Around you. Tall order. But if you've got an idea, I'm all ears. In and out, you say. I'd never considered that. But I think I know what you mean. I'll give it a go. I'm terrible at this. What should we do now?
Sleep on it, maybe. If you've thought of something by morning, I'd love to know. For now, it's enough just to know you care enough to try.